Church. This is Terry Rosh. My family and I are missionaries in the country of Panama. It is so exciting for me to be able to present to you guys. You guys have been with us from the very beginning. In fact, Life Church was the very first church to partner with us in the ministry that God is doing there in Panama. Many of you may have heard through our latest newsletter, but late last year we made a decision through the Assemblies of God World Missions to be transitioned to the States for a couple months before we begin itineration, prayerfully, God willing, later this year. And so currently we are here in the States fighting this virus along with you. In Panama, the virus is also an issue where they are on lockdown 23 hours a day. Men are allowed to leave for 1 hour on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Women are allowed to leave for 1 hour on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And that hour depends on their social security number. If their number ends in 1, they're able to leave, for example, from 7 to 8 in the morning. And so you can imagine being cooped up for 23 hours a day, not being able to leave your house whatsoever. But God is doing amazing things in the churches there. Many churches that were reluctant to the internet presence, whether it be Facebook or a website, now they are exposed to that and opening themselves up and hearing testimonies. I'm hearing testimonies of God using that in our churches and even expanding the vision of the pastors, and they're able to reach people in their community and even neighboring communities that they weren't reaching before. And so we're hearing testimonies. Even though this is a crisis and things may look grim, we're hearing great things that are happening there in Panama. I just want to highlight with you a ministry that God laid on our hearts probably about 5 years ago of church planting. We live in the province or the state of Veraguas. And Veraguas is actually the largest province of Panama. Panama has 9 provinces. And Veraguas is the largest. However, we have the fewest number of churches in our province. In our province, there are also 12 districts, or we would know them as counties. And in these counties, 7 of the 12, we do not have an Assemblies of God life-giving church in the county seat. And so God laid it on our heart for a short-term goal is to plant these 7 churches in these 7 different cities. We have begun one in a city called San Francisco about 2 years ago. And then this year, January, the first week of January, we launched a church in Montijo. Montijo is an area that is about 3 hours from about 3 miles from a port, and so there's a lot of activity of crime and drugs in this area. It's a difficult area, but we're seeing God do some amazing things. In January, we were able to purchase this lot, this piece of property in Montijo. It's right on the main road, and God gave us this property at a gift, really. It was $26,000. We were able to raise about $20,000 and put down that down payment. We have about $5,000 left to pay off by the end of this year. We're praying and believing that God's going to bring in those funds for us to be completely debt-free for this church plant in Montijo. In January, we had an event on the weekend. On Friday night, we had a concert for the entire family, but it was really geared towards the youth and young people of the community. On Sunday afternoon, we had a children's outreach where we had inflatable games and different type of carnival type games and prizes. We were able to give away some door prizes to the kids, and we just saw God do some cool things with the children in Montijo. And then Monday night, we had a family movie night where we were able to show a Christian movie and to plant the seed in Montijo. That reminds me of Matthew chapter 13, where Jesus is sharing the parable of the seed and the seed that was sown, and some of it fell on the path, and other seed fell on the stones, and some of the seed fell on the thorns or on the weeds, and then also, of course, some of the seed fell on good soil. We have a wonderful couple, a pastor that has answered the call. His name is Beto, And here is a picture of him and his wife Elizabeth, and they are sowing seeds in Montijo. They're the church planters in this new work, and we're believing that God is just going to use them mightily as they're canvassing, going door to door, witnessing and sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. Of course, now with the quarantine, they're not able to do that, but they're sharing testimonies of God continuing to bear fruit and harvest in those seeds that they had sown months prior. So would you pray for Beto and Elizabeth as they're sowing those seeds, that it will fall on good soil? Would you pray for with us that as Beto and Elizabeth are sowing this seed in a very religious area, a very hard soil, a very hard area, that this seed will not fall on the rocky or the thorny or along the path, but it will fall on fertile, good soil that will receive the word, and that this church will be able to be fruitful and multiply. As I mentioned earlier, we are currently in the United States as with you guys, and we are looking forward to possibly seeing some of your smiling faces this year as God opens the doors for us prayerfully in September or early fall to begin to do our itineration cycle for 1 year. But again, I want to say thank you for your support, for your partnership in the ministry in Panama. Everything that we've been able to see accomplished is because of you, and you guys take part in the ministry that is going on. Thank you again. God bless you, and look forward to seeing you soon.